protective equipment for pharmacy tech, but incentive. We have incentive for you one. Anybody? Anybody? Pharmacy tech? Need a volunteer for pharmacy tech? Come on up. Is everybody in there now? Amen. Okay, you can be person to protect the equipment for pharmacy tech.
Gloves and protective shoes and underwear.
A round of applause, everybody. Is she right? Jjcc.
We didn't hear what you said.
I said the materials you need for the electricity requirements.
I was going to
Jjcc, is she right?
Sure, we'll give him that one. Wait, no,
Give her a round of applause, everybody. Give her a round of applause. Thank you.
Hey, I can't have that pride.
Next we're going to have Mr. Shaw. Thank you, Mr. Shaw.
Good morning. Good morning, Jacksonville. All right. This morning, just wanted to remind you in regards to the ASVAB testing that will occur on August 5th at 7:50 in the morning. Please be in the gym, ready to go. All right, this week, I decided to have a long day. I apologize. Starting tomorrow, July 29th, the following people will be in the 100. I'm sorry, this morning, July 28th, 100s. Constance Hicks, Taylor Smith, Samantha Renniger, Montel Jackson, Tilsa Mason, Cassandra Gray, Carlos Matthews, and Thomas White. Please make sure after this meeting that you report back to class. Again, for tomorrow, July 29th, 200s, we have Mr. Bryce Jonathan DeJesus, Marcus Johnson, Devin Porter, Keyshawn Pugh, Thomas Ventura, Ellen Rush, Shakara Young. And for 300s, starting today, we have Jjcc Jackson, Kevin Walker, Antonio Baker, Akivia Ransom, Tierra Buck, David Joyce, Linda Dooley, Freddie Cook, Michael Schutz, and Ivan Ward. All right, really quick, I wanted to introduce someone that I met last week. She's going to add a work-based learning site to the Jacksonville Job Corps Center. Please give her your attention. She wants to talk about her business a little bit this morning. Her name is Samaya White from Enroll Americans.
Good morning. Thank you. Samaya Harris from Enroll America. We are a 501c3 nonprofit organization. That might not mean anything to you, but what it means is that we are an organization that is of service to the community. And what we do is we educate and inform the public and consumers about their options under a new healthcare law. Not so new anymore, but the President's healthcare law, which is called the Affordable Care Act. Okay? And what we do is we use grassroots organization to speak to people in the public about their options under the law. And what that means is that we use a volunteer base. And so what that means for you is that there might be a work-based learning opportunity with our organization for you, because you would learn how to educate people on what their options are under the Affordable Care Act and how they can get affordable health insurance. And so what we are going to do today is we'll be out present after the assembly to speak to everyone who would be interested in the work-based learning opportunity with us. We have some information and cards that we would like you to fill out. What you'll find is that the cards are good for you to indicate whether or not you are insured, and it's also there for you to indicate that you'd like to volunteer. So if you'll see me after the assembly, I'll be happy to get you signed up. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Now we have Ms. Lomax.
Good morning, Jacksonville family. Happy Monday to you. I'm very, very excited to bring back this group who is no stranger to our Jacksonville family. They work with us in the dorms, in the evenings, with leadership, and just any arena that we need them. So this morning, I'm very proud to welcome back the motivational speaking team from Empowerment Square, who will present the motivational speech, The GOAT. Please welcome them, Mr. Jjcc, Mr. Earl Kitchens, and Mr. Derek Locke. Thank you for being here this morning.
It's time! Y'all know what time it is. The champ is here. I said the champ is here. The champ is here. The greatest of all time. I'm talking about greatness today. I'm talking about the greatness that everyone in this room has inside of it. I'm not going to stop preaching this greatness message until you get it, until you understand that there's greatness inside everyone in this room. So today I want to talk about one of my favorite champs of all time, who grew up in about the 1950s. 1950s. And for his 12th birthday, his dad gave him a shiny red bike with chrome wheels and flashy things all over the bike. And he loved that bike. He loved that bike more than he loved almost anything in life. And so one day he was riding that bike. And it started to rain. And you know what happens when it rains when you ride your bike? You're going to pull over and find somewhere that's dry. So this guy found somewhere that was dry. And it was in a building that had popcorn and candy. And what kid doesn't love popcorn and candy? So he went inside and started to enjoy the popcorn and candy until it was all gone. And then when he finished and came out, he found out that his bike was gone too. So he just made him mad. He just made him real mad. Mad enough that all he wanted to do was just find the person that stole his bike and beat him up.
took that medal and he threw it in the river. Didn't mean anything to him. So he set another goal. He set another goal. He set another goal. To be the greatest. To be the greatest. Ladies and gentlemen, the champion is here.
So you heard about Muhammad Ali's goal, wanting to be the champion of the world. You set your goal, but after you set your goal, you have to deal with the word called outcome. You have to know where you're going. You have to know how you're going to get there. You have to know what you want to do in life. So it is February 1964. The champion is looking for somebody to fight. The champion at that time was Sonny Liston, a big man, a brutal man, a guy who would take you out with one punch. But Muhammad Ali had the goal of wanting to be the greatest of all time, and he was going to knock Sonny Liston out. He told him, if you want to go to heaven, I'll take you by yourself. So here's the fight, Miami, Florida. Round 7, Muhammad Ali has beat him up, and he won't answer the bell. He is now the world champion. He is now the greatest of all time in the world heavyweight boxing. But he did not stop there. He did not stop at one goal. He looked for his next outcome. His next outcome was to continue to be the champion. He continued to fight and became so renowned that the United States government wanted him to be a boxer in the army. And he said no. He decided that his values in life were more important than being a boxer. And because he said no, they stripped him of his title. You're no longer a champ. You can't fight for your country. You're not a champ. I'm the greatest. So for 3 years, he was without a crown. But in 1970, he came back. 1971, there was another guy who wanted to be the champion. His name was Joe Frazier. He was the champion at that time and fought Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali lost, but he did not lose sight of his goal because his next outcome was what? I got to get my championship back. I want to be the champion again. I'm going to be the champion again. You want to be the champion? You got to keep striving for those outcomes and goals. You can't stop right here, John Ford. You got to keep moving on and become something better than this. If you want to do it. Nobody's going to give him anything. Nobody gave Muhammad Ali anything. In 1974, Zaire Allen, he was fighting for the championship again against another big man by the name of George Foreman. But George Foreman didn't know that Muhammad Ali has already planted the seed. So when George Foreman got to Africa, all he heard was Ali Boumaier, Ali Boumaier, Ali kill him. They wanted him to knock George Foreman out. That's when he came up with the rope-a-dope. The rope-a-dope. The outcome, I got to get inside his head and make him understand that I'm the best. After 7 rounds again, he is the world champion. Twice now. The third time, he lost to Leon Spinks and came back and won his title again. So for the next 16 years, Muhammad Ali did not stop at one goal. He did not stop at one outcome. He continued to fight and fight like no other man has ever fought in this world. They don't call him the greatest for any reason. They call him the greatest because he was the best at what he did. Are you the best? Do you want to be the best? Can you be the best? Can you be the best? If you can be the best here, you can be the best anywhere you go. You just got to want. So after 16 years, the only real thing that defeated Muhammad Ali was his health. But the one thing that he would always tell people, float like a butterfly, Stay like a bee. Your hands can't hit what your eyes can't see. Put your outcomes in place. Put a target on where you want to go. Write down what you need to do. Make those outcomes true. The champ is here.
And we give a lot of praise for the people he knocked down in the ring.
That's right.
We loved what he did in the ring. We shouted, we screamed, we said more, we said more, we said more. But I'm here to tell you, we praise him also for the people he lifted up outside the ring. The people he helped outside the ring benefited just as much as he did by knocking people out in the ring. He was accountable. He had every right to be mad at everybody for not feeding him when he came back fighting for his country. When they told him that he was ostracized for not representing his country because of his religious beliefs. But guess what? He had a bigger goal. He had a bigger outcome. And he was accountable to you and me. President Barack Obama said this. He said, to the man who always uses his celebrity to help people, Muhammad Ali. To the man who helped free 14 hostages in Iraq, Muhammad Ali, the greatest of all time. To the man who helped improve schools in Afghanistan, Muhammad Ali. He was accountable to not just himself, but to all of us. Do you know that he supports 18 different charities, supports 17 different causes? Parkinson's disease is a big one, because that's what he was stricken with. Who are you accountable to? Muhammad Ali was accountable to all of us, and he was the greatest of all time, a great champion. But I submit to each and every one of you that you are accountable. There's a story of Jesus who healed 7 lepers, and as he healed the 7 lepers, they went away rejoicing. That healing is the same healing you all are getting here at the job for. You're receiving skills to free you from poverty, to cure you from the disease of life. Muhammad Ali used his tools in the ring to be a healer. But he went back, and in the story in the Bible it says, one man, one of the people that were healed, went back and said, thank you. Gratitude. That gratitude because he was accountable for what he had received. Muhammad Ali realized he was accountable, so he went back and said thank you to his community. Each one of you, as you leave with a skill, please return and say thank you. Please reach out a hand to another student who doesn't believe that and say you can make it. Help somebody else along. Because you'll leave here with a skill that will allow you to feed yourself, to feed your family. I just ask you to do one more thing. Be accountable and help your community. The champ is here. And as we close, the most important thing is that we think. And I want you to think about your accountability.
Muhammad Ali. Questionably, not questionably, but greatest of all time. Muhammad Ali is one of those
You're going to always be constantly thinking about the next thing you need to do and achieve. You young men and women are at a pivotal point in your life. You're here to learn and to take what you learn back into the world and give back. So today you need to start thinking about how good I want to be, where I want to take my life after I leave the job board. Think about the people who have sacrificed for you. Think about the people who have given their time and their energy for you. Your instructors, these administrators. I challenge some young people the other day with this one thought. Muhammad Ali was the greatest. But I challenge the students, I challenge you adults to put this one thought to mind. What would your life be if there was never a Dr. Martin Luther King to come into this world? What would your life be? Think about it. Thank you.
Right now, we're going to go into career success standards. The mission of career success standards. By focusing our attention on development of student skills in the social area of social employability and living independent living, the center is able to respond to the current workforce expectations and high growth industry demands. Personal growth and development. I will need job ability and the personal skills and attributes and behaviors that foster confidence and drive for lifelong growth. And right now, we're going to have the career service department in this range.
Good morning. Oh, come on. Good morning.
Mr. Howard.